This is a Chuki beat production.
Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another GT Sport drift setup. This time round it's another requested one, and it's actually come from Ghost Monster over on the Discord server. He's asked if I could put a build together for the Dodge Challenger RT from 1970. As always, I'm happy to give it a go. This is actually a car that I used a long time ago, and I had done a previous build for it. I just never uploaded it to the channel. It wasn't something that I particularly enjoyed using. Going back to it, I have to say it's the same sort of boat, to be honest. I've played around with it. I have actually adjusted the settings to bring them more up to what I'm using now with most of the cars. But even then, it's not an easy car to use at all. I have to say though, putting this video together, obviously I did spend quite a lot of time with the car, and by the end of the whole process, I felt quite comfortable in it. But it's definitely not one that you're just going to be able to pick up and go out and enjoy straight away. It does take some practice. The car itself does feel very heavy, and there is little you can do really to combat that. So it's one of these cars that you have to really preempt your corners. You're actually turning in, or I found myself turning into the corners much sooner than I do with most of the other cars that I actually use on a regular basis. If you forget to do that, unfortunately you are going to get carried with all that weight out to the outside of the corner and inevitably come off the track and actually smash into a barrier. So just bear all of that in mind when you come to first have a go with the car. I don't think you're going to instantly love it, but like I say, spend some time with it and I think you will start to enjoy it. As always, just use the settings I'm giving you here as a base. These are the exact settings I've used to create this video, and I feel quite confident in it now myself. However, you may want to adjust it to suit your own style. If you're new around here, do me a favour and subscribe. I've got content like this coming out all the time. Also, drop the video a like if you've enjoyed it, and use the comment section to let me know if there's any cars you'd like to see me doing in the future. So no more waiting around, let's go and take a look at this build and I'll explain what I've come up with a little bit further. So with the Challenger here, you don't actually need to take that power level all the way up to level 5. I've actually just set it to 133%, which gives you 565 brake horsepower. The only reason that's actually up there is from my previous build, and obviously there is a lot more scope here. If you fancy more power, there's plenty more if you want it. Weight reduction wise, I've set this to level 4 and dropped it all the way to 88%, which is going to leave you 1,517 kilograms. Traction control for this one is set to 0. I've opted for comfort mediums, both front and rear. The brake balance is set to -2. Ride height wise, I have set the front to 100 and the rear is slightly jacked up there at 110. Now I've done that because it just helps with the weight carrying the slide through the corner. If you're finding the car is over rotating, try and lower that down a little bit, it may help you out. Natural frequency is set to 1.25 on the front and 1.4 on the rear. The anti-roll bar is set to 8 on the front and 4 on the back. Compression and rebound remain exactly the same there at 60, 60 and 90 and 90. Now the camber angle is set to 4, which is quite extreme on the front there, but it definitely seems to help quite considerably with it. So I'd recommend you opt for that one. On the rear I've got it set to 1. I've also got the toe angle there set out at 0.4 on the front and in at 0.25 on the rear. Moving down from there, the differential, the LSD, the initial torque there I've set to 8. The acceleration sensitivity is set to 25. And the braking sensitivity I believe remains the same at 20. And for the transmission here, it's fully customised. The max speed there, is set to 149 miles per hour. And I have adjusted these gears as well, so I'll leave it on this screen so you can take a note of those and make sure you adjust them to the same. Like I said before, this car is definitely not going to be an easy one for you to get along with straight away. You are going to need to put in lots of practice, but spend some time with it, and like I said, I think you will enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm going to leave you with a few more clips of me messing around with the car, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Production.